So what other secrets are the Turner family hiding from us? What is going on with Leanne? What's going on in general? But more importantly, are the first 3 episodes of this new Apple TV Plus show, Servant, worth checking out? Well, we're going to talk about that and much more. Servant. A Philadelphia couple are in mourning after an unspeakable tragedy creates a rift in their marriage and opens the door for a mysterious force to enter their home. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Elliot here from Movie Files, talking about the first 3 episodes of the new Apple TV Plus show, Servant. I'm going to let you all know my thoughts on it, let you know if it's something worth checking out, and get into all those details here in a bit. But before we dive into it, definitely consider subscribing to my channel. Hit that bell so you can stay up to date with all of my Apple reviews, my Disney reviews, Netflix, and everything that we get on the TV platform as well as movies. So definitely subscribe to this channel. And if and when you've seen this first 3 episodes of Servant, I gotta know what you all are thinking about it so far, if you're enjoying it, and more importantly, are you gonna continue to watch this show? Let me know in the comments. Let's have some discussions down there. So the way I want to kind of handle this video is, for those that haven't seen the first 3 episodes, I'm just going to touch on just my overall thoughts of the show without spoiling anything, and then definitely on the second half, for those that have seen it, I will dive into the spoilers. So let's just kind of jump into it. First and foremost, this was a show that I was actually pretty excited for, knowing that M. Night was attached to it as an executive producer, and so far he's directed 1 episode, and I believe he's going to be directing a couple other episodes throughout the season. I knew before watching that it got greenlit for a season 2, which a lot of these Apple shows have been getting the greenlit for a season 2 so far. So excitement level pretty high. Again, knowing what M. Night Shyamalan does, you're going to get a psychological type of horror type of thing going on with the show. And based on the first 3 episodes, it is exactly that. Without getting into the spoilers, again, I'm going to leave that for the second half. Again, I read the synopsis. You have these 2 couples, the Turner family, which so far you can tell there's something going on in their marriage outside of this tragedy that's going on. There's something there. There's just like this weird relationship going on in regards to Dorothy and Sean there, who Sean's kind of a chef and does these high, unique type of cooking and things of that nature, has some pretty high clients that he works for, and then Dorothy works for the news. And you're in the first 3 episodes, we definitely kind of get an idea of how their relationship is now with that tragedy with their child, which I'll touch on a little bit on the spoiler review. But their child Jericho passed away for reasons that we'll talk about a little bit later. But we have the premise. They have this babysitter that comes into the mix. That's Leanne, who's very off-putting. And when I say that, I mean she's just very awkward. Keeps to herself, and it's just something, I don't want to say sinister, but there's just something there that is just not right. You throw in the brother-in-law to Sean and the brother of Dorothy in the mix, who is the Ron from the Harry Potter universe. He's in the mix, and he's kind of trying to investigate what's going on too. And you got a couple other supporting characters. And it's just a very off-putting, awkward show in the best way possible, because you don't know much about these characters so far. You get an idea, again, their careers, the situation they're in, and you meet them, but it's just like there's still a lot of mystery going on, and it hasn't been that many questions answered so far. Each episode ranges from about 30-35 minutes, which I actually like that so far, because it's making it go a little bit quicker, because it is somewhat of a slow burn. But we're learning little and little. And by the 3rd episode, you find out a little bit more about Leanne. You're starting to figure out her situation and what it could be leading to potentially. So just overall, again, without spoiling anything, I thought the 3 episodes did a really good job of just establishing the universe, establishing these characters, establishing the situation, and kind of give you an idea of what you're getting into. Because I think for some people that haven't seen the trailer, or even, when I read the synopsis, you're going to be pretty caught off guard, especially after that first episode. Because I was thinking, like, the reveal that we get in the first episode was going to probably be the reveal after the 3rd episode, but no, it wasn't. It was the very first episode that you get like the big kind of, okay, I see where the show is going. So leaving it at that, I would say for someone that's looking for an interesting show on this platform, Apple TV Plus, because right now it's 4 shows, I believe 4 or 5 shows. So if you're into psychological horror, thriller, mysteries, you might want to give this a shot. And again, if you're a fan of M. Night Shyamalan, I think you're going to really enjoy kind of what we're getting so far in the first 3 episodes. There's enough meat on the bone to kind of keep me intrigued, and I think you would be intrigued too. So now jumping into the spoilers, kind of diving deeper into the first 3 episodes. So that big reveal that I was referring to at the end of episode 1 is we find out that the baby is now alive. It's a Pinocchio origin story, right? So we see Leanne comes in. She's very religious. We see she's praying. She makes this kind of crucifix cross out of this Wood, as the second episode was titled Wood, the first one being titled Reborn. So we obviously know the relationship is kind of crumbled. Dorothy's at a very bad spot in regards to losing her son, Jericho, which I believe they say is due to medical reasons. They really haven't dived into that aspect yet, and I'm learning to find out more about that as the season goes by. Is there something really sinister going on with this couple? We'll find out, but Dorothy's at a very, very dark spot. She has broken down, and they bought this baby, which I hope that we find out who's making these babies. Like I would imagine this is probably a real thing in real life, but as far as like the extent of what they're going, where they didn't tell much of their family outside of their Julian, who knows about the situation, but no one else knows other than I believe probably her psychologist that they mentioned too. And I hope that we get to meet that character too. But she's in a weird spot or a bad dark spot, and her husband Sean is kind of going along with the motions, like, oh yeah, we got this baby that's replacing our son Jericho, and again, he's throwing the baby on the floor, knocking it against the head, and you're just like, man, he's really not on board. He's trying to support her, obviously, but he's not fully embracing what as much as Dorothy is. So once Leanne gets into the mix in the first episode, she's treating the baby just like Dorothy, like it's an actual baby, walking it, talking it, calming it down, feeding it this, that, and the other. And as I'm watching the show, I'm just like, man, this is awkward. No one's addressing the real situation. As we see, Sean is trying to tell, Leanne, like, hey, this is fake. I know you can, you got a nice little gig going on. You don't have to go so hard, be so dedicated as you are, but I mean, to each his own. But as the first episode wraps up, I'm just like thinking, this is eventually going to be the hook that the baby's going to come alive. But I was thinking it was going to be much further down the road. Like I said, maybe even at the end of the third episode, that was going to be the kind of the hook to bring you back for episode 4 and so on and so forth. But they give you the reveal at the first episode that the baby comes to life. And I don't want to say but at this point, you're assuming Leanne, that cross, religious, witchcraft, maybe some other dark, sinister stuff going on. But that was like, I was very intrigued after that first episode. Jumping into episode 2, this is when Julian gets more into the mix. Him and Sean are trying to discover where this baby came from, because they think that maybe Dorothy took the baby. They definitely think Leanne took the baby. They're doing some research. They hired this PI guy to look into it more. But at the same time, we're noticing that Sean's character losing his taste buds. He destroyed the wooden the crucifix, the cross thing that that Leanne made. He puts it in the garbage disposal. But as the episode goes on, he's getting splinters. He gets he coughs up the wood. So there's something going on there with that cross that has some dark demonic things going on to it, especially after he destroyed it. So you kind of get that in the second episode, that there's something that he should have never did that. So as the episode 3 gives us more information about Leanne, we find out that the PI, they trace it back to Wisconsin, where they find out that she's from. They go to the house. We see the house is burned down. They find the graves of 3 people, a husband, a wife, and then you see Leanne's name on the gravestone. She only lived 1 year. So now you're starting to think, at least I'm starting to think, okay, is Leanne dead? Did they reborn? Did they do some sacrifice where they burned themselves and they're being reborn and they're living their lives in this kind of weird way where they're going family to family, house to house, and recreating these people? Is Leanne gonna eventually do what she did to her parents or whatever happened to hers? Who knows? I don't know what's going on so far. And that's kind of the hook so far for me, is like, what's actually going on and how dark and sinister is the show going? Because the show has hints of, again, it's a psychological horror, and there's some very horror type of tropes where close ups, you feel kind of closed in. There's definitely I'm always, every moment, especially in third episode, I'm thinking Leanne's gonna kill, the chef, the apprentice to Sean, or his little helpy, the kid from Spider-Man. Can't think of the actor's name right now, but he's a great actor. But I'm like, is she gonna kill him with the eel, which was the third episode? Is she gonna kill Julian? It's like this undertone of like, okay, something's about to happen, but it doesn't. The show is very taking its time. It's very methodical in that sense, that they don't want to give you too much. They want you to continue to see how dark and how gritty the show can go. So far, again, I'm pretty intrigued. I want to see where this show is going. I want to see if there is some witchcraft going on. Is Leanne some type of reborn creature? She was a doll at one point. Now she's alive again. I said this is the origins of Pinocchio here. What really happened to the baby? Is it a cover up? Are we going to dive deeper into what's going on with Dorothy? Is she going to break out of this trance, as they kind of allude to when she's getting the cake out of the refrigerator? Is Sean going to break? Is he going to turn into a wooden figure? Who knows what's going to go on with Julian, and so on and so forth. So there's enough there in this show that's going to make me continue to watch these episodes, and I'm definitely going to review each episode each week for you all, especially to get all those answers that I just mentioned, or those questions answered that I just posed to this video. So there you have it. That's my thoughts on the show so far. I'm very intrigued. I really want to see what's going on and really find out the mystery of this show. So let me know in the comments if you all are enjoying this show so far, if you've watched the first 3 episodes. Are there any theories, comments, concerns, likes, dislikes of the show for you all? Let me know in the comments below. Like and share this video. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that bell so you can stay up to date with all of my videos that I do on TV shows, as well as movies and all the fun stuff that we do on this channel. Hope you all had a great holiday season. I was out of town in Chicago. I had a good time there. So back at the home base, back recording these videos. So thank you all for watching this review. We got plenty more content coming up later today. We got Watchmen. Got a video I'm dropping tomorrow, and more of the reviews dropping later this week. So thank you all for watching this video, and we'll see you in the next one.